Hey there! I was wondering the other day, can engulfing candles be used as the only entry on a reversal trade? Now, I currently use engulfing candles as a secondary indicator. So if my system sets up and there's a engulfing candle that agrees with that setup, then I know that trade has a little higher probability of working out. But I've never tested it as a primary signal. So in this video, I'm going to test it. You're going to find out with me if this works or not. It could be good. It could be completely terrible. I don't know. But that's why we test. Hi, my name is Hugh, and I just want to remind you that backtesting is the best way to figure out if a technical trading strategy has an edge or not. There are a lot of videos and blog posts out there that will give you a trading strategy, show you a couple of well-chosen examples, and then when you actually test it out, the system is terrible. So I want to help you out by showing the complete process of how this works from beginning to end. I'll show you the system that I'm testing. I'll show you the process and the thought process that I go through, which is the most important part. And then at the end, I'll show you the results and some potential optimizations that could be done to this strategy if it does have an edge. It might not have an edge, so we'll see. All right, so the first thing I did was I created a trading plan. I like to write my trading plans on paper because it allows me to draw out some concepts, something that I couldn't do with a Word doc. And once I have that trading plan, then I'm ready to go. Now I'll explain what I'm looking for. So an engulfing candle, if you don't know, is a candle that just simply engulfs the previous candle. That means the current high is higher than the previous high and the low is lower than the previous low. So that's an engulfing candle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a pending order just below the engulfing candle for a short and just above for a long. And then on the other side of the candle, I'm going to place a stop loss up here. So now I've put in the risk reward tool in MetaTrader 5, and I'm going to go for a 2R profit target. So that's what that would look like for this trade. And this trade happened to work out, but obviously not all of them are going to work out. And the final thing I'm looking for is an area of support or resistance. So if it's a short, like in this case, I would want to see some resistance on the left side here, either on the current time frame of the daily or the next higher time frame, which in this case is the weekly. All right, so here's the backtesting software. This is a blank slate. The first thing I'm going to do is create a new backtest. So I'm going to call this Engulfing Candles. And then I'm going to put in the currency pair and then the time frame. And then I'm going to start the deposit at $10,000. Go to next. And then I'm going to select the pound dollar. And then I'm going to start the date at 2003. So that's going to go from 2003 to the present. Go next. I can leave the time zone settings as they are, and then finish. And then that'll bring up the chart. So if I hit the play button, it'll start moving forward. And before I get started here, a lot of people will just jump into the test and start doing it manually, and that's great. But before I get started, I want to do a little thinking and figure out, is there a way that I could speed up this process? Because manual backtesting can take a lot of time, and that's what really discourages a lot of people from doing it. So in this case, I think I can set up some rules that will allow me to speed up the process by identifying engulfing bars quickly and then having the chart stop when an engulfing bar happens. So I'm going to try this out. I'm going to go to the rules here. Go to the rule manager, and there is a operation for, not operation, but there is a price pattern for engulfing bars here. So they have the engulfing body bar and the engulfing bar, the whole bar. And here bars and candles are interchangeable. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a core rule that identifies these engulfing bars or engulfing candles. So I'm going to create a new rule here. I'm going to call it engulfing, oops. So I'm going to have to do one for short and one for long, but I'll do that one for now. So that's a core rule. So let's see, the engulfing bar, I'm just looking for an engulfing bar. So I want the engulfing bar to only engulf the previous bar. So I'm going to set this to 1. Okay, and then now I want to look for those other things that I was talking about. So I'm going to go over to MetaTrader here. And I'm also looking for the low to be, or the close to be lower than the open in the case of a short, right? So I'm going to have to put that in. So let's go back over here, and this is going to be a short, yes. So I'm going to go into the operators and say and, right? Okay, now I want the I'm gonna have to add a few here. So let's add, so I want the price value. So I want the open to be less than, no, I want the open to be greater than the close, right? So I'm gonna put the close in here, and then I'm gonna put the operator, oh, I'm gonna put the operator in. So open has to be greater than the close. So I'm gonna do that. And then I also want some room to the left. So I'm gonna add in another thing here. So I'm gonna say, and I think there's a space to the left, or void bars, I think is what it's called. So let's see, price pattern. I think there are void bars. Yeah, so I want a short. So this is going to be a top void bar. And how many void bars do I want? Or how many bars in the past should this short engulfing candle be higher than, is what this is trying to tell you. So I'm just going to put in like 10. I think that might be a decent number. I don't know for sure, but that's what my gut tells me. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go over this engulfing bar. So it has to be totally engulfing, and the open is greater than the close, which is the case in a short. And for top void bars, I want there to be 10 bars of space, or 10 bars of clearance in the past. All right, that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna save that. And then I'm just gonna do the opposite for a long. So I can just, I can duplicate this or clone it. Whoops, clone it. And then rename this long. Okay. And then that's ready to go. And then I just have to change the parameters here. So this is the long. So this is going to be less. All right. And then this has to be bottom void bars, because this is going to be a long, so it's going to be on the bottom. So let's go to bottom void bars. Okay. And then I'm also going to set that to 10. Okay, so now I'm going to save the rule, and the core rules are ready to go. All right, once I do a core rule, now I'm going to do a setup rule, which is really quick. So I'm going to go to setup rules, create new rule. This is going to be engulfing bar long. Okay. And long setup, or setup long. Okay, I'm gonna do that. All right, now I'm going to put the long core rule in there. And for this setup, when the engulfing bar criteria is hit, then I want the chart to pause, because I want to be able to manually take a trade. So I'm going to go to actions here, and I'm going to say pause backtest. And you'll see how this works in a minute, but just bear with me here with this process. All right, so now I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to duplicate it, and then I'm going to edit this, call this short. Okay, and then now I'm going to drag in the short here. Okay, and now this is also going to pause the backtest, so I don't have to change that. I'm going to save that, and then now the moment of truth. Let's see if that can actually speed up the process here. So I'm just going to run through a few days on the chart and see if it'll actually find these engulfing bars. Oh, yeah, that it helps when you add it to the chart. So I'm going to do this and do that, and let's restart the backtest. Okay, so now those are attached there. Sorry about that, I forgot about it. And then now I'm going to start the test up. Okay, so it identified a bar there. Okay, so that looks like an engulfing bar. There's more than 10 bars to the left of space. Same thing here. Looks like there's space to the left, space to the left, engulfing, space to the left. Okay, so it looks like it's working. So I'm going to restart it again. And now I'm actually going to do the test. All right, so this is going to speed up the process a lot. Another thing that I can do to speed up the process is to create these rules around entry. So I'm going to use the, let's see, I believe it's the examples. Yeah. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to place a stop loss above on a short, have a pending order below the candle, and then I want to target 2R. So there's a built-in function for that here, the buy 2R and sell 2R. So I'm just going to drag that on the chart when I think there's a good trade. All right, before I get started, I'm going to loosen up a little bit. Keep it loose, keep it light. Don't get too involved in the process. And I'll just take things as I see them. I won't get too wrapped up in analyzing them. And if it feels like a good trade, I'll take it. If not, I'll skip. All right, so let's get started. All right, so okay, so there's no reference to the left, so I'm not going to take that one. A little too small, a little too small, too small, too small, too small, still too small. Probably not going to do anything. Nope. Nope. And this is an important thing to notice here, and that when you're first starting the test, there aren't going to be too many reference points for support and resistance, and there can be the temptation to take these trades even though they violate your trading plan. So I'm not going to take any of these trades until I see a solid area of support or resistance and an engulfing candle. Okay, so that might actually be pretty decent. It's kind of congested here, but it is within the 10 candles back. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna do a buy here. That's gonna set my profit targets and stop loss, and let's see how it goes. Yeah, wrong. All right. Too small, too congested. Kind of small. Would have worked. No, I think that would be forcing it. Yeah, forcing. Okay, so that might actually be pretty decent. Let's look at the levels that we're currently at. So there's no real reference back here. This is kind of at the bottom of a zone, so I'm not going to take that one. Okay, so that could actually be pretty good because we're bouncing off the bottom of the elbow here and then the top of this here. So I'm going to take that one. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, still not working. All right, keep going. And at this point, it could be a little discouraging to have a couple of losers in a row. I'll pull up the account history here. But it's still early on in the test, so keep going. Don't give up yet. All right, so this one, I mean, that's a pretty decent level of support there. Yeah, let's try it. All right, so that one worked. So that a reminder here that you can always go back and look at these strategies or look at these trades and see if you could optimize them, or if you're not following the rules or whatever. But at this point, just keep it loose. If you think it's a good trade, take the trade. If you don't think it's a good trade, then just skip it. And as you can see down here, I'm risking 1% per trade, and then the winners are coming out at 2%. So that's the parameters of the test, and that looks like a small candle. So let's see, do we have any points of reference? Potentially bouncing off of this, but that's a strong move, and that's a small candle, so I'm going to skip that. Yep, that was the right thing to do. Still kind of small. would have worked. I don't know if that would have worked out, but no. Nope. Let's see if this is at full speed. No, it's at full speed. Okay. Just want to speed things up if possible. All right, too small. Okay, that could be something. Let's see. Could be a kind of a trend continuation thing. All right, I'm gonna try and take it. Let's see what happens. Could be a trend developing here. So let's, no trend. All right. Is that a support level? Yeah, that could be one. Let's take that. There's another one. Oh yeah. All right, so we got that one cashed in. All right, let's see what else we got here. Is that at a level? Yeah, I mean, there's this level here, and then price reacted a lot here, price reacted a lot here with these pin bars. So that could be a level. So let's take that trade. Gonna buy. Okay, let's see what happens. All right, okay, got that one. No, probably not. Nope. Oh, excuse me. All right, keep going. Now, as you can see, I missed that one, which could have been a potential short, but the candle was pretty small, so that's why I didn't take that one. But let's keep going. Okay, so obviously hitting resistance there. A little bit off the mark, but that looks pretty good because that candle's a little bigger than the previous two candles. So let's do a sell there, see what happens. Nope, stopped out. All right. Okay, so that's a pretty big candle there. We're at this resistance level potentially. So that could be good. All right, let's try that. All right. And we're stopped out. All right, keep going. Okay, that looks pretty good. I mean, that's at a really solid support level, big candle. So let's try to buy that and see what happens. No. All right. So we are now in the negative a little bit, but I'm going to keep going. And this is 2010. So from 2003 to 2010, that's been the result so far. All right, now this is an engulfing candle at these lows here. So that could be potentially one. The candle isn't that big, but let's take it anyway, just as a learning experience. All right, let's go. Nope. All right, so I'm not getting smashed here. As you can see, the profit and loss here is minus 1.09%. So nothing too huge, but also not good. So, okay, so this looks like a short. We're bouncing off this elbow area of the previous high, and that could potentially be a good short. So let's see. Nope, stopped out again. Or did it stop out? Let's see. Oh no, it didn't take the trade because it canceled out because it didn't hit the number, I think, or the entry, I think. Okay, so that has hit a resistance level, so let's sell that. Ew, stopped out again. All right, keep going. As you can see, this is pretty quick and it's really speeding up the process. because I can stop the chart when the engulfing candle happens, and then I can just drag on the trade. So ordinarily, this would take a long time if you had to do it manually, or if you did it with something like MetaTrader and a spreadsheet. Okay, so this is at a nice level, but it's a small candle. So let's just take it and learn from it. Oh, got spiked out there. That doesn't look like a good resistance level. Nope, nope. Nope. Okay, let's see. Where's that level? Nothing really convincing there, so I'm not going to take that one. Although that would have worked. Too small. No, too small. Too small. And just a reminder here, while you're watching this, if you're new to backtesting and you want to learn the entire process, I have a beginner's course here, and you can watch that and it will get you started. All right, let's keep going with the test. We're into 2013 right now, and this is not looking too good. So, no. Okay, so this could be something. Yeah, let's try that. Let's do a buy there. All right, finally got a winner. Okay, okay, so that could be bouncing off this elbow here. And there's some decent price action over there. Okay, so let's do a buy. And oh, what happened there? Oh, it got canceled because it didn't hit the entry, which is good. Okay, too small plus a gap. Okay, that could work. Let's try that. No. All right. All right, it's giving me all these little candles. That's not so convincing to me. Nope. And I just realized I actually missed this one. This one would have been decent. I don't know if it would have hit 2R, but I pushed the button too quickly. So that's a reminder to slow down and not get too clicky with the button there. All right, so nothing. Yeah, too small. Oh, that could be interesting. Okay, what's to the left here? Is there anything? Not really. That's not real convincing. Okay, gonna skip that. Okay, let's see what that looks like. No real solid levels there, so I'm just gonna skip that one. Same thing. Looks like a really strong downtrend, so longs probably aren't a good idea. Okay, so that I missed that one. I should have taken that one, but again, slow down and don't get too fast with it. Okay, so this looks like a really good one because it's at this level on the weekly, so I'm going to buy that. All right, let's continue. Oh, okay, that canceled out because I didn't trigger right away. That was a little too small. I wouldn't have taken that one. Nope, too congested. Okay, so that could be decent. There isn't a strong trend there, but yeah, that's kind of in the middle of price action. I want something a little bit more stretchy. Okay, yeah, so that didn't work out like I expected, so that's good. I'm on the right track. That's a little small. but it is also a pin bar. No, I'm going to pass on that one too. Okay. Pretty small. Nothing to the left, so let's keep going. Okay. Come on, give me a nice big one. Nice fat. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so that looks good. So let's sell that. I think that should work out. Yes. Okay, good. Barely. Oh, wow. Okay. So I don't know. That one actually might be too big. I kind of like to see them close closer to the bottom there. But that is at a solid resistance level. I'm going to skip that one. Oh, okay. So learning experience there. That would have worked out, but let's keep going. And there can be a tendency to be too perfect on these back tests and try to go back and make up for your mistakes in hindsight. But that defeats the purpose of a back test. You want to get your first impressions. And then once you do this first round, then you can do another round after that and apply what you learned in the previous session. But for now, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay if you skip some trades. It's okay if you miss some trades. All right. That's a pretty solid level. So I'm going to go for that, even though it's kind of a small bar. But again, learning experience. Let's go. Oh. All right, so we're into 2017 right now, so just a few more years, and we will be able to see the results of this test. Okay, that's pretty big. Is that enough of a resistance level? Yeah, I think it is. This is kind of similar to that last one, so I'm going to actually take this trade and see what happens. No, okay. Okay, is there anything? That's kind of small, but let's see. Nope, nothing there. Now, as you're going through this, yes, there are a set of written rules here, but sometimes you can see different ways that you should tweak the system. I don't see anything right now, but there are times when you're like, oh yeah, I should do this instead of that. So keep an eye out for that. And that's why it's important to have your notes available so you can write some notes, and that will help you create another backtesting plan if this one doesn't work out. All right, so this looks pretty solid. It's at a nice level, nice big candle. So let's take that trade. No, that one canceled out, so there was no loss there, but let's keep going. Nope. Okay, is this at a decent level? Let's see. Not, I would prefer to see it down here, but, well, actually, no, it is. The bottom of that's pretty good, so I'm going to take that. Oh, stopped out. All right. Not right. Okay, so let's see. So as you can see, this is not working out that great. And this is the reason to backtest. You need to know this information, because if you just start trading this and you think it actually has an advantage and it doesn't, then you're in big trouble. Okay, that could be a rejection. Let's take that. All right, finally got a winner. Okay, I don't think that's gonna work. Nope. No. Okay, this could be interesting. Yeah, it's at a rejection zone. Yeah, let's take it and learn from it. Nope, still stopped out. All right. Keep going, keep going. All right, so at this point, if this was me backtesting by myself, I would have probably given up by now. and moved on to something else. But I just want to show you the entire process because I want to show you the stats that you can get on this and how you can move forward after a backtest that doesn't work out. Okay, so that could be a reversal. Let's see. It's not a big candle, but it is a pin bar at a solid level. So nope. So that's a lesson that the small candles don't work out too well. All right, so that's going to be up here. Again, it's a small candle, so I'm going to skip it. No. Okay. No, it doesn't look good. Okay, so that could be one. I mean, it's hitting the same level where we had this big move before, so I'm going to sell that. No, still not going. All right, only two more years here, so hang tight. All right. Okay, so that's a small candle, but it's a decent size compared to these other ones. And there is a trend going on here, so let's try a buy there. All right, finally got a winner. Okay. That could be a good short, but the congestion looks like it's going to go long. So there's really not enough space to the left, in my opinion, on that one. Yeah, which was wrong. Okay, so okay, that could be one. Pretty big candle, nice resistance. Let's sell that. Oh, there you go. Okay. Anything to the left on that one? Oh yeah, that's a pretty good level there. Let's try it out. Nope. I think I'm going to skip those small candles. Okay, that's a nice candle there. Is there any other confirmation to the left? It's running into this consolidation area here and here. So that could be a decent trade. Okay, let's try it. Buy. Nope. That's what happens sometimes, but that's why we backtest. All right, end of data. Whew, finally. Okay, so just to show you how I would break this down. Now, obviously, this is a minus 2.22%. Nice number. So that's not a strategy that you would want to trade. But just for the sake of the process, let's save this backtest. Engulfing candles. Okay, save. And now I'm going to open that up in the stat center so you can take a look at it. And sometimes when you go into the stat center, you can see some things that you might have missed and some potential optimizations. There was nothing in this backtest that would lead me to believe that this is a strategy that could become profitable, even if I did some optimizations. So I could maybe consider backtesting this on a lower time frame, something like the 4-hour might be good, but I'm not going to do a video on that because it takes way too long. Okay, so yeah, so this is pretty disappointing results. It did not lose a lot, but it also did not make anything. So I pretty much broke even after all these years of trading. So that's something that does not work. But maybe this might work on other currency pairs or other markets. So if you want to see me test this on other currency pairs, let me know in the comments below. And if there are enough people who request it, maybe I'll do the Euro US dollar or another currency pair. If you want to see a particular currency pair, let me know in the comments. And if there is enough interest, I'll test it. But unfortunately, this did not work on the pound dollar daily chart. But in future videos, I'll do more tests on different trading strategies. and we can find the heroes and the zeros. If you found that helpful, a thumbs up is always greatly appreciated. Hit the subscribe button and the bell to see more back tests from me. Thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for the videos that are coming up next.